Hey everyone, welcome to another Haze Reverb update video. This week we have a few things to talk about, so let's get started. And first we have two rerun banners. The first one being Ophelia, and Jenny's in there as well as the SR unit. Now both of these two units have an overlimit, so I'll show you that a little bit later after we talk about the banners. But obviously they reran them because they got their overlimits, so you can obtain them easier if you want to. Now, Ophelia is not commonly used at the moment. Maybe with the overlimit, maybe it will push her up in viability. I don't know if it's going to make that much of a difference, but I don't think she's bad or anything, but there's just like very little room in the high-end teams at the moment. There's only really like maybe one or two units that you would generally like swap around with other stuff. Most people will run fairly similar teams these days. Unless you're running like a heavy team or something like that. But guard teams will generally use mostly the same units at the moment. And yeah, and I think that there's not really much room for Ophelia, but I think she's a decent unit. She has a taunt when she attacks. She regens health. She gets a shield on herself, scaling with HP. She also has very high resistance. I'm not sure if this is maximum. It might be. I'm not 100% sure. And then she also has immunity to weakening. And then this is a bit more of the special part of her ability, which is, or her kit, I should say. And that is that she counterattacks and deals damage based off her own HP to the attacker. So that's pretty decent. I think counterattacking is are quite nice to deal with, like squishy DPS. However, I guess the issue at the moment is that the main DPS that people will probably be using will be Harriet and Princess Skadi, right? Princess Skadi will probably one hit Ophelia, I'm fairly sure, because just because she does fixed damage. I don't think she has the health pool to survive it. But against most other stuff, like she would be pretty good to reflect damage back. Anything that doesn't have, high armor and stuff like that she'll do, I think, fairly good damage to them. But then that sort of leads into like the reason why I don't think she's that great is because Harriet is the most common DPS at the moment, and she'll usually have max armor when attacking with a leaner buff, and therefore she won't really take any counter attack damage. I think I haven't seen it in action, so I can't confirm it, but that's my guess on how it works. But I think she's still fine. Like she's a decent unit, but just nothing that you would need to rush for. But if you really like her design or anything like that, then go for it, right? I can see at least two big reasons why you might want to pull for her. So there is that. And then we have Alvitr, and she is a limited unit, right? So Ophelia is not limited; she's already in the custom banner, but Alvitr is limited. Now, Alvitr is basically like an alternative version of Morgan, except that she triggers her EX of killing support units, whereas Morgan triggers of killing assault units, right? And similarly, Swimsuit Mirai is like the third unit in the trio of nukers who covers the guard units. Now, I personally would, I generally like having two of the units, like two of the nukers, because on maps where one of them, can't kill anything, because maybe there's no assault units for your Morgan, then at least you have a fallback unit to make sure you can kill something. Because if there's no assault units, there's probably going to be at least some support units, and hopefully you can make your Alvitr hit them, right? Maybe in a very rare circumstance, maybe you fight a team full of heavies or something like that on like a red tower map, but I think that's not super relevant. I think you can deal with that anyway, but I mean, there's not much you can do with this full heavy anyway, because there's no nuker for full heavies. But maybe a better example is if there were full guards or something like that, and you don't have Mirai. I mean, that'll be very rare that to happen, right? So as long as you have two of them, you should cover most of your bases, and everyone probably will have Morgan at because she's like the number one recommended unit to pull at the beginning. So you generally have her, and then you can have either like Mirai or Alvitr to help cover areas where Morgan can't kill everything, right? So yeah, up to you if you want to get her for that. One little benefit of all of the nuker units actually is that none of them need to have skill ups to work. So just get their like resonance gears to to get her to level 1, and that's plenty, right? Because the EX abilities, the damage doesn't scale with like scaling up. At least I'm pretty sure they don't. I know for sure Morgan doesn't have like an improvement to her EX at all. And therefore, you can run all of them at rank 0 or rank 1 just fine. Like for me, I made the mistake of skilling up my Morgan in the very early days because I thought it would help her, but it turns out it didn't. But for Alvitr and Mirai, I haven't skilled them up at all, and they still work fine at rank 1. And that's more for like PvE clearing, and that's usually like a luxury thing to like get through side stories quicker and stuff like that. Aside from that, maybe just clearing through a low level Moon Abyss quickly is another reason why you would use them. But generally not like a huge rush to get them, right? Or at least if you don't care about if you care about PvP, I should say, then maybe you want to skip just because you want to save resources for an actual PvP unit. But you can also wait until next week to see what comes out next week, because we are going to end the side story this week, and therefore there's a good chance a new side story will come out next week. Now, for last week, we got the Festive Dolores, right? And I did suggest to wait and see what the Crusade raid boss will be for this week, and it turns out it is a resistance boss, and therefore you don't need Dolores for that. So you could skip her if you don't want, if you want to save your resources, that's fine. But otherwise, up to you if you want to pull for her for an anti-armor DPS for like future Crusade raids maybe, or if you just like her design, that's also another reason to pull for her. Now let's go into the overlimits. So we got Ophelia, first one, and I'll show you here. Now, I think these will improve when I have her higher skilled up, right? But at current, what it does is it improves her resistance gain, right? So I don't think these numbers will be exact at rank 10. I'm fairly sure it'll be higher, right? And I'm guessing this final upgrade, like, this will be like upgrading the rank 10 resistance is 210, because we saw that on the preview of the character. So this will further increase it beyond that. I assume this is like going to be plenty to get her to 100% resistance. Well, that's just my guess, but it feels like it should. And I think that would be pretty good. And of course, she'll gain a whole bunch of stats. I think the main thing you would care about is the health as well. So just giving her more health is nice already, because she scales off health. So I think this will make her, like, obviously it'll make her stronger. Whether it pushes her over any current guards, I'm not really sure. I personally wouldn't be like going to invest into her at the moment. Main reason is that I just don't have the skill ups to afford it at the moment. But I think I'd rather skill up other units first before I work on an Ophelia, if at all. But yeah, if you want to try her out, then by all means. This is what it does. And then we also have Jenny's overlimit, which is here. So this will give her more armor when she attacks, right? So it's increasing the scaling of this. And then she also gains, this is a bonus addition to her skill, right? So this is an add-on, and she'll also gain more crit chance before she attacks. Now, I think this is not really going to push her to be usable, so I would just skip building on this. But if you really like her design, maybe you're a cake enjoyer, right, as you can see there, then maybe, if you want to try her out, go for it. But I don't think she's useful. So those are the two overlimits that we got for this week. Now for the events. So events-wise, the side story is ending this week, as I mentioned before, so make sure you get as much of it done as you can. Moon Abyss, same sort of deal. Try to clear it, hopefully you've already cleared it. I was a bit lazy, and partially also I was like re-recording my video for it a few times. So I still need to finish it as well. And then obviously we have the Crusade raid this week. I think I did mention earlier that it is a resistance boss, right? So this is going to be for the Angel Bellina enjoyers. Will will do will have an easier time on this at least, right? But I will try to do it without Belina to see if it's doable. Hopefully it is. And then we also got some new skins this week. So I'll show it here. I don't want to go into the skin shop because it's a bit full on, if you know what I mean. But you can already see, even from this, it's already quite questionable. So yeah, if you want these skins, you can go check them out. Some of them are new. The Gin one is not new. Actually, I think most of them are new, but yeah, you can go check that out in the skim shot if you want. I do want to point out here that Ima Nanami, I'm fairly sure is not a unit currently available, but you can buy her skin. Now, I assume they're going to release her, if I'm not mistaken about her existing at least. So my guess is that she's going to be the next banner unit whenever the next side story hits, because I assume it's going to be her side story. But the rest of the units are already existing, right? I know the Maybell skin is new for sure. Alice, I don't remember, and I don't remember Celestia's one either, whether it's new or not. Gin is definitely an old one, or at least I'm fairly sure it's an old one. Maybe. And then we also have the login skin. Again, it's going to be a new unit here called Althea. So my guess here is that she's probably the SR unit in the event. Because sometimes when they release an event, they'll have like a free SR unit that you'll get full skill ups with. I feel like Althea is probably going to be that unit, but I could be wrong. But this is just my educated guess anyway. But anyway, that is the 15-day login skin for May. Then there's a new battle pass that has started, and I don't know if there's a new skin in it, but yeah, there's that. You can go if you want to buy it. You can check out like what's in the box, etc. I'll probably buy it, but yeah, I'm not super fussed about it. So I think that is all for this week. Everything that's new. So yeah, as I mentioned, I will try to get the Crusade Raid video out as soon as possible. Hopefully, within a day, right? I'll try to get that as quick as I can. Yeah, so good luck with your Crusade Raid if you're gonna try to do it yourself. And yeah, I'll see you once I finish the Crusade Raid video. So yeah, take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.